favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're in our regular agenda. We have copies of the agenda that has been posted and also I think they're available as well. We are in the public comments portion of our agenda, and we have two individuals who signed up for public comments. And the first is Miss, am I pronouncing that correctly? Deborah Lindy, is that correct?
Also Melvin Stevens.
All right. She is also signed up.
Yeah, she's also signed up.
Okay, y'all want to just go
We're
ahead?
gonna go together.
Okay, very good.
My name is Deborah Weiniger. I'm with Tyler County Republican Women. Back in May, we booked the building for a game night and membership drive at the nutrition center. Everything was approved as far as I knew until recently. And then we have gone around, we have gotten 24 businesses that have supported us with door prizes for this game night. We've handed out over 100 of these packets already with an invitation to the meeting, to come to this event, and the community is behind it. There are even people here that are donated these door prizes that have supported us. And we wanted to know if you could possibly grandfather us in and keep that meeting for November the 12th at the event center?
Commissioner Blackshirt is actually over that property, and that would be an appropriate question that he could do. If you want to address that now or just speak later.
Well,
it's your choice.
You
Because we
know,
booked it back in May, before you even had that meeting.
yeah, and that would be something we'd have to bring before the court
Okay.
to vote on, I would believe.
Wouldn't you think, Judge,
Since we voted tonight,
Yeah.
we voted not.
And the reason for not going with public use anymore is because of the liability. And I think I talked to Miss,
Me.
was it you or Miss Barton? There's just a tremendous amount of liability in anything like that. And there was different things that were coming
Would
in
y'all
and
have to
out
charge
county.
us to be able to get it?
Well, I don't think we did back then.
Y'all
for
don't charge, you
nonprofits.
didn't charge me for this, but
But you do have
the
to have
thing is,
insurance.
y'all booked this months ago before you decided it was right. Couldn't we be grandfathered in on something like
Well,
that?
that, like I said, we'd have to bring it before court, and I think we have another meeting next week, so
Next week?
Next week, what day?
put me on the spot.
Is it Monday?
Next Monday.
Monday.
Next Monday.
10 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
Here?
Yes, ma'am.
Because, we've been handing these out, and they've all got nutrition center on it because we were told it was okay. And then about a couple of weeks ago, we were told it may not be okay. And that's not fair to us or to the community that is supporting this event.
This is also the culmination of our membership drive and the celebration of that.
And the celebration of the boats coming to faith.
And the elections the weekend before. So we anticipate that we should have a ton to celebrate and be happy about. And that's our plan for that evening, is to let the public come, enjoy the festivities, like play bingo or.
Not, skip boat.
We're not gonna do
dominoes, all
any,
kinds of
we're not
things.
gonna do any bronking bull.
Yes, ma'am. And I understand. And honestly, I think it was an oversight that y'all had booked it back then and then bringing it to court. So I don't personally have a problem with it,
Okay,
but,
I guess
just
we'll
have
see.
to bring it before court. Let
Okay, I
the
guess
court
we'll see you
decide.
next
We'll see you
Monday.
next Monday then?
Mhm, I'll put it on there.
Thank you all for hearing us.
Yeah, he said he put it on there.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're more than welcome. Thank you. Okay, I think that concludes our public comments portion of our agenda that I'm aware of. You don't have any further, Steve? All right, we do not have any tabled items from previous meetings. I don't think that there's any consent agenda items. Gentlemen, are you aware of any of those that come before us? That will take us to resolutions, proclamations, and orders. I'm not aware of any of that. That will take us to Roman numeral 5, which is to consider, approve, and information.
Judge, we have minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do have minutes?
Yeah.
In which meeting?
August 29th.
29.
Can I get a motion for the receiving of
So
those minutes
moved.
into the record? That's Bud. Is
Second.
there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Stewart. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. That'll take us to Roman numeral 5, consider, approve, and informational. Commissioner Marshall, is there anything from budget amendment line item transfers?
Madam Auditor, do we have any budget amendments?
Not at this time.
No,
We don't
sir.
have any.
Okay, that'll take us to item B, accounts payable, county bills. Anything, Commissioner?
I make a motion, we pay in county bills that we have in there.
Second.
There's a motion with second for the paying of county bills, item B. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Okay, that'll take us to item C. That is the adoption of the 2023 budget. And that's coming before the court. I believe that there is a required statement for the adoption of the budget. Is that right, Madam Clerk? Okay, all right. We have the budget in front of us. The chair will entertain a motion if you're ready to move forward with the adoption of the budget.
I make a motion, we adopt the 2023 budget.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Stirk has a second. Okay, that's going to take us to comments. This will be a record vote, and I'll start with Commissioner Blacksher. Commissioner?
Nay.
Okay, Commissioner Stirk?
For.
Commissioner Marshall?
For.
Commissioner Hudson?
For.
And the chair votes nay, so that's a majority rule by 3, 4, and 2 against. That'll take us to item D, and it's to ratify the 2022 property tax increase, raising more revenue from property taxes than in the previous year as reflected in the 2023 Tyler County budget, according to Local Government Code 111.008C. Commissioner Marshall?
I make a motion to approve, to ratify the 2022 property tax increase.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Do I need to read this?
Is it?
Do I
Is that
need-
the one that needs the wording?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
Okay. Second.
Okay, there's a second, Commissioner Stirk. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye? And it's unanimous.
Nay.
I'm sorry,
No,
No.
was that no, Joe?
Yes, sir.
no,
Okay,
Joe.
that's on the ratification of property tax increase. I'm not aware that that is a required voice vote, but we do want to acknowledge your nay, Commissioner. That'll take us to the voice vote items, which is E, F, G, and H, and that'll take item E as the adoption of the 2022 tax rate of 0.5619 for Tyler County General Fund. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Stirk has a second on Commissioner Marshall's motion. Comments or questions? This is a voice vote, and it will be.
And I do want to comment, because I see a lot of employees, and I'm not against the employees, but also Ivanhoe and a lot of Woodville are going to be hit with this bond, and I'm going to be hit with the bond. And I've been one of the employees that's worked $800 every, 2 weeks. And I have gotten calls of people upset with it, and I have to vote my conscience on this. I have to step in that position. It's uncomfortable, but I think y'all are worth it. It's just the timing I don't think is good, but so I'm gonna be a nay.
Since 2017, was the last time that they increased on above the no new revenue rate, according to the records I have. And I voiced my opinion the last couple of years about we're having to spend out of our savings to get the money that we have to balance our budget. And it's a lot easier to go up a little bit at a time each year instead of waiting 4 or 5 years like we've done now and have to raise it a whole lot. It's not something that I enjoy doing or that I want to do, but it just has to be done. And understand, people, that we are, all 5 of us up here are taxpayers just like y'all. And if this passes all 3 of these taxes passes, it'll raise my taxes by about $350 per year. And I understand that, and I know things have gone up, because things have gone up in my house, had to change the budget in my house too. So readjust it, take things away and add things for groceries and gas and other things. Just, we have to go up because we hadn't gone up in so many years. We stayed at the revenue rate for too long.
Mike, this is the one that does require that paper that you raised up
Yes, sir.
there. So we're gonna have to have it, stated as Donnie's is presented.
On this top one,
Yes, sir, please.
I move that the property tax for the Tyler County General Fund rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.5619, which is a 11.9% increase in the tax rate.
Okay.
Second.
So the motion with the second for the record will reflect the required language in the motion itself. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Stephen. Okay. Are there additional comments or questions?
I would like to make one more comment, Judge.
Sure.
On the tax rate, and I don't know what was our tax rate last year or for this year?
6292.
6292. So, I mean, the rate has gone down because the values went up. But if we go with a no new rate, then we can't give anybody a raise. We can't keep pulling money out of our reserve to cover our budget. The 700,000 that people were wondering about, we made that decision last year in budget workshop to pull $700,000 out of our general fund to cover this year's budget so we wouldn't go up on taxes. You can't do that every year. I mean, we have to, at some point, we have to be able to pay our bills without pulling money out of our savings. And that's just the bottom line.
Thank you, Mike. Any other comments or questions?
Well, and I would like to say something I don't think people understand. These values keep going up, okay? Which drives the no new tax rate down, okay? You're going to eventually get to a point where you're busted. I mean, because you cannot generate enough money to keep this county going. That's what the legislature wants. I don't know how much y'all keep up with the legislature, but they want Tyler County to tell them, oh, well, we just can't generate any more money anymore to run the county. And then guess who's going to run our county? Anybody got a clue? The state. That's their ultimate goal, is to control everybody and everything. And you'll get X amount of money according to your population. And I mean, I've been in Austin, I've listened to it, and that's where we're headed. I mean, if we adopt this no new tax rate I know we're not to the road and bridge part yet, but if we adopt the no new tax rate for road and bridge, it's going to drop every one of our budgets to around $500,000. Okay? Am I right? I know I'm right because I've read it and I've studied it. We can't operate on $500,000. Our budgets right now are a little bit less than $1 million. And we didn't understand fuel was going to go to $5-something a gallon. Yes, that has busted our fuel budget, everybody's. But other than that, I've stayed in my budget. I have not gone over on anything. And, if people just want their road not graded, if people don't want any more rock dumped on their road, then so be it. Go to the no new revenue rate. But you won't be doing anything. You won't be doing anything in the precincts. Okay? And when the people start screaming and hollering that they can't get their boat out of their road or they can't get over the washout in their road, then what you gonna do? Okay? I mean, that's my thoughts. And you can't keep pulling. Everybody has a savings account. I mean, I have a small one, don't have a whole lot in it. But you can't keep pulling from the savings account, and then all of a sudden there's nothing left to pull from. So even with going with the rate we're going to go with or that we're proposing for the bridge, road and bridge, we're still going to have to pull a little bit from general to balance it, even with going with the rate we're going with. So
From our reserve.
And we're supposed to keep a 3-month reserve in our savings. I have that right now. I don't know about the other guys, and it's not my budget. But if we have a hurricane, y'all, this county is in trouble. I'm telling you, it's in trouble. You're gonna see people that don't get their road fixed for weeks and months. And so we either do what's right for the people, even though some of you don't think we are, or we just, I don't know what we do. So that's what I have to say about it.
Anything else, gentlemen? Right. All in favor, we're gonna go by the voice vote. Commissioner Blacksher,
Nay.
Commissioner Stirk,
For,
Commissioner Marshall,
For,
Commissioner Smedson,
4.
and the chair will vote nay. So the motion carries. The next item, gentlemen, is item F, and that is if you'll put it in the form of a motion, whoever puts it before us, would be the farm market flood control.
adopt a 2022 tax rate of, .2178 for farm to market county control fund.
gotta read this whole thing.
Okay. Okay, I move that the property tax for the farm to market flood control fund rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of .2178, which is 16.9% increase in the tax rate.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any additional comments?
Yes, sir. I would like to also say that our rate for farm to market flood control last year was 23, 24, or 0.24. So, I mean, this rate has actually gone down too, but we're just not going to the bottom is what we're trying to do, to salvage what we have without having to cut employees and send people home.
Any additional comments? Are you ready for the vote? All in favor, aye? I'm sorry, it's a voice vote again. Commissioner Blacksher,
Nay.
Commissioner Stirk,
For,
Commissioner Marshall,
For,
Commissioner Hudson,
4.
and then the chair votes nay as well. All right, item F is the adoption of the tax rate for G, would be for the hospital.
I'll make a motion. I move that the property tax for the Tyler County Hospital rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of .1800, which is a 17% increase in the tax rate.
second.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. Comments or questions?
I just want to comment that, this tax money at the hospital is for the indigent care, financial and medical indigent people of Tyler County. And that's what this money is used for. In the last couple of years, the hospital has covered the
Excess.
exit, yeah, we didn't have enough tax to cover the bill, and the hospital has covered the bill. It's not the hospital's responsibility to pay that, it's the people of Tyler County to pay that. And, the indigent, medically and financially indigent medical people of Tyler County are our responsibility to pay. We have to go up on this to cover the cost of that, because we're not collecting enough money to cover the cost.
And I'd just like to add to that, it don't matter if we close the doors on this hospital and people go to Houston or Beaumont or wherever, we still have to pay that amount, and it'll be way more than what we're paying the Tyler County Hospital, I can assure you.
Yeah, the indigent care is from the county that you're from, your residence county. So if they're in Houston or El Paso or Amarillo and they're an indigent person from Tyler County, we still pay the bill, no matter where they're at.
Any additional comments? I studied this initially. I was also supportive of this particular rate, but over the weekend, I just went back and revisited the numbers. The request by Sandra was to cover the $288,105.80 deficit from the past year. And based upon the rate, at a 94% collection rate, it will generate $456,497. Again, those are just my calculations. I think I'm correct on it, but I would stand to be corrected. But it just seemed like it might be a little bit much, and I understand that there may be more that we're kind of banking ahead, but I just wanted to express that, feel like that we could possibly do a penny or so lesser rate and relieve some of that and still cover for the deficiencies, because every year we can do this exact same thing and recollect what deficits that might actually occur from the previous year. So those are just some thoughts that I would contribute. Okay,
Judge,
yes, sir.
Ms. Williams, could you tell us how much we are? I know you said it was an unaudited amount, but what are we at this year right now?
The uncertified amount is
$384,000 right now.
Is that
For this year.
That's for this, yeah.
And
That's this.
And we still have 4 months to go.
Yeah, that helps.
288,000 is certified for the year before.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. What's the vote? Commissioner Blacksher,
For,
Commissioner Sturt,
for,
Commissioner Marshall,
for,
Commissioner Hudson,
For,
and the chair votes for us also. That will take us to item H, and that's the order the order setting the 2022 tax rate for the general fund, road and bridge, which is also known as county farm and market flood control, and Tyler County Constable. Commissioner Marshall.
I make a motion to adopt the order setting the 2022 tax rate.
Second.
Thank you. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
And it was unanimous.
So,
Item I, Commissioner Sturt.
Joe
Joe
voted.
didn't.
Joe voted.
Joe votes no. Okay, thank you. Commissioner Sturt, you have item I.
Yes, sir. It's, I move that we terminate the lease contract between Tyler County and the House of Representatives, James White's office with the House of Representatives, and make that effective as of October the 7th of 2022.
Second.
Okay, there is a motion. Was that you, Joe?
Yes,
Any
sir.
seconds? Okay, Commissioner Blacksher then second on that. Comments or questions?
I just want to say that Representative White has resigned from his position, and we have a contract with the House of Representatives for his office. So I think they pay some money for that. But anyway, we're giving them a 30-day notice, and we've been in contact with them about this. So they're already moving out, but we have to give them a 30-day notice for the contract to end. So that's why.
Already moved the furniture out of it
Yeah, move the furniture. So that's-
last week.
Any additional comments? We were very fortunate to have James White as our representative.
So we think.
Also, providing him an office space was of value to us as well, so just well done. All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, it sounded unanimous. Item J, Commissioner Marshall.
I make a motion, we set the fiscal year 2023 fees chargeable for civil services by the Tyler County Sheriffs and Constables and direct that the set fees be reported to the comptroller prior to October 15th, 2022.
Okay, there's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sturt. Comments or questions?
I believe, that
Are you just thinking I signed? I was gonna say something about that because I heard
Very
you.
good. Any additional comments? Thank you, Madam Clerk. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Sounds unanimous. Item K, Commissioner Marshall.
I make a motion that for the preservation of inquest records 1921 to 1939 with a total cost of $1,115 for records archive and management fund. I put it in form of a motion.
Second.
There's a motion, Commissioner Hudson, I believe that was your second. Comments or questions?
this is just one small book. It's got, very interesting, a lot of people die from consumption, indigestion,
Ooh.
which I need to read, but, anyway, it's in there, and I read it there, and so this is awesome.
Very good. All right, any additional comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? There's none. Item L, Commissioner Marshall, continue.
I make a motion for the renewal of the annual 2023 service contract with election systems and software and Tyler County Clerk.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Sturt. Comments, questions? Yeah, Mom? You?
Who is that?
All right. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
It sounded unanimous. Commissioner Marshall, if you'll take us to item M, please.
I make a motion for the renewal of the 2023 Leads Online Total Track Investigation System Service Package Contract for Tyler County Sheriff's Office.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Fletcher has a second. Comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Motion carries. Item N is Commissioner Hudson.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we award an engineering firm for the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, of the 2021 Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund. And I think,
Second.
who seconded?
I did.
Is that a second?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so there is a second. Additional comments or questions? Commissioner Hudson? Anything further?
The auditor would like to speak to it.
Our committee was not able to get together before this meeting and review the bids. So I request that this award be tabled till the next meeting so that the committee can review them.
Very good. There is a request for tabling. Is there a motion?
So,
Thank you. Joe, Mike, is that your second?
yeah, that's fine.
There's a motion to table item M for a future agenda. All in favor, aye? Okay, the motion shall stay tabled until future agenda. That is, or item M, my apologies. Item O, Commissioner Marshall.
Make a motion. Well, let me see for the plan for the county clerk's records management and archives. I'll put it in form of a motion. Donnie's, can you explain what it is?
Second.
Is that the second?
Yeah, got it.
Commissioner Fletcher got a second.
So, this just has to be done at budget time every year. I think the district clerk no longer has to, present a plan, but it's still in the code right now that the county clerk has to present the records management archive plan and some legislation next year to be repealed. But, it's just, I don't know if y'all look through it, but it's just a report that I have of all the records that we've had, restored and the ones that we still need to restore. And we have our probate minutes that are like in the 1800s that are crumbling and in jackets like, Renee's been talking to you about some of hers, and I've got some projects that $500,000, so we just save up and do a little more every year. And so it's so that I can, the purpose of this is so that I can continue to collect the $10 archive fee.
Good, thank you. Any additional comments or questions? All in favor, aye? And it was unanimous. Thank you. Any comments from board members pertaining to matters of county government? Hearing none.
I want to say something.
Sure, Buck.
Okay. I want to take off from what Melissa Riley said a while ago, and just say a few things. Melissa's right. We have gone to school together. We have worked in Dogwood together. We have done a lot of things together. A lot of us have. And I just want to say a few things that, it bothers me that we have all this contention, and it's not just over the taxes. But if you've lived in Tyler County all your life, we have no industry here. Okay? We have no industry here. It's not our fault, but the leaders and the people of Tyler County have never wanted for industry to come here. A lot of people have fought against it over the years. Not to say that I don't want it, but I'm just saying it has been, and I'm talking about when I was a kid. I've been told all my life that the paper mill that sits in Evadale, Texas, was supposed to have been built in Tyler County on 1013 down by the river. But nobody wanted it here. Okay, so we lost that. My grandpa and Mr. Minner can attest to this fact that back in the 60s and early 70s, there were chicken houses all over this place. And the people in the county, they didn't want a chicken plant here. They didn't want a chicken processing plant here. I know we didn't want to process in whatever a few years ago either. But the general concept of Tyler County has always been, down through the decades, to keep it a bedroom community, and certain people control that narrative. I know you're shaking your head, but it's true. I'm talking about in my lifetime. So it leaves us to nothing but timberland and property taxes, okay? And we all hate to pay them. I mean, I know people don't want to pay them. I mean, I'm going to pay them. I've got mine right here. I have a bunch of y'all's too, if you'd like to hear about it. But anyway, Buck and Donna Hudson are valued at $162,168. My house and my 3 acres. It's going to be a difference of 217.87 of, and then if we go with the rate that we went with, it's going to be a difference of $22.69. Okay, a year. And I've got a lot more of yous here. It's public record, and I went and got them, and I look at them, and I mean, it ain't killing nobody. Okay. With that said, you know, we obviously in here this morning have this side and that side. Okay. And I think that it's sad that in a little bitty county like Tyler County, that we have drawn such lines. And it's not all about taxes, folks. There is another narrative going on here that I'm sure most of you get it. Okay. A lot of you get it. You know, it's political drama at its best. Okay. We have some people that have tried to sneak in the back door like a fox into the hen house. And y'all can quote me on that one if the biased booster is listening. I don't care. But I'm just telling y'all that the way that things are going right now, a house divided will fall. Okay? Now, I'm just saying, it's not going to continue. It will not work. This contention has to go away. Okay? And I don't know how to get it to go away. You know, I can promise you right now, I would gladly pick volunteers from the office and let you be commissioner for a week. Okay? And see how much of it you understand. I've been commissioner for 4 years and I'm still learning it. Okay? It's not the easiest thing in the world to grasp. But I do know Buck Hudson has stayed on budget for 4 years, and I've done a lot. We're rocking roads every day. You know, we stay busy, but yet we're not appreciated. And my men wanted to come this morning and sit in on this, but I didn't let them because I was afraid some of them might get too mad and, you know, get out of control. But just to show y'all how nobody respects it, I don't understand the mentality. Oh, well, they just work for the county. They don't deserve nothing. Okay. Last week, one of my guys went in Mott Wholesale in Spurger and was coming out the door with a shovel, and he ran into a guy and a well-known person there in Spurger, and he said, "Oh, great that you finally bought one of those." So you see, they're not respected, okay? But they have families just like y'all do. Every one of us have families. And everybody likes to have a little extra money. And what this raise is, I spent it 2 weekends ago at the steakhouse in Beaumont and more. Okay? I have not seen one person quit going to the lake. I have not seen people quit building houses. I have not seen people quit doing this, that, or whatever they want. You wouldn't know there's a recession going on because people are going and blowing. You know, and you can't tell me that it's that big a deal to most people. I mean, where are they this morning? There's 17,000 people in Tyler County. And so, you know, I just wanted to say a few things. I mean, I'm trying definitely not to get on the Facebook or the booster like I did last time, but you know, if that's where I need to be, let them do it. But you can sit there all day long, call me a thief. You can call me whatever you want me to call, whatever you want to call me, but I will gladly let you audit my bank account because I don't have a bunch of money in the bank. Okay? I got a lot of stuff, but I don't have a lot of money. And if there was, and I heard the comment this morning that well, we need to audit this. We need to audit this. I don't remember who said it. It's audited every month, every day. There's a constant audit. Am I wrong, girls? There is a constant audit going on of the money in this county and an outside auditor every year. So I'm just saying, you can't be what some of y'all accuse us of being, thieves, okay? I've heard that. I've heard thieves. I've heard, all kinds of derogatory comments. And, that's fine. I really don't care, but I could come up with some derogatory comments about some of y'all, okay? I mean, you can sit there and smile at me and be smug. Sit down. I'm still talking. You can sit there all you want and be smug. Well, I figured you was fixing the mouth. Well, whatever. Sit down, all of you. Sit them down. They just want to start. Well, I'm glad.
You know what the problem is in this county.
Well, I know this is our courtroom.
There's the problem in this county.
No.
Man stands up to stretch his legs and you shout him down. There's the problem. There is the problem.
Quiet, please. Quiet.
Whatever.
Commissioner Benson, you have the floor.
All right. But anyway, where was I at? I thought we lost track. Yeah, y'all can, we can, and that's my point right there, just what I'm talking about. No respect, and I can promise you, probably wasn't just stand up to stretch his legs. But anyway, that's about all I really want to say. But, folks, we can keep on carrying this on. And I feel like probably in November, once the election's over, it'll all be over. It'll all be over till there's another election. But the narrative will be carried on, I can promise you, because they don't know how to stop it. Okay? Anyway, sorry, sir. I'm very sorry if I offended you. I'm very sorry. I really thought you was fixing to say something. Okay? Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay? End of story. So that's all I got to say. But a house divided will fall. So just keep on pulling out the cards.
This is court members' comments pertaining to matters of anybody else.
What did you say?
Yes, this is court members' opportunity to make comments pertaining to matters of county government. So this is it for us to speak to y'all. If not, I'm not aware of anything for the executive session.
Leanne said something.
Okay. I get your understanding.
I would like to go into executive session, please. for that.
Oh, okay, all right. We do have a request to go into executive session. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion with a second. It is 10:54. For those of you who may not be familiar with the executive session, just the voting members of the court, and we're going to ask the presenter, which would be the treasurer, to stay. And is there any objection for the county clerk to remain in for record? No objection?
No objection, no objection.
The court will stand in executive session, and for those of you who wish to come back in, we'll announce when we'll be coming out of executive session. Thank you.